Hello Contractorinos, my name is Cubits, and today we're going to be looking at a few tips and or tricks and or random things in Contractors. So first things first, Contractors has a unique handling method where you use the grip buttons to do one thing and the trigger buttons to do another thing, and it's all separated for a rational reason. So let's demonstrate here. If you want to pick up your knife or your gun, you use the grip button. So you can keep the knife next to the ammo, and if you hit the trigger button instead of the grip button, you'll pick up a mag. So that stops you from accidentally picking up the wrong thing. And then we can go and we can stick that in our gun, and then we can use the trigger button to pull that release bolt. So when you've got the grip and the release on in the same location, like on things like the MP5, you'd never accidentally do the wrong thing. So you always hit that instead of grabbing the gun, okay? So we can grab our mag, we can just release it, and you can release it into your hand or you can just drop it on the ground. And we fired our last bullet in there. Something else we can do, which is, I guess, useful maybe in a rare instance. So we can grab our mag and we can actually stick it in our gun while it's on our belt. And then we can actually pull the bolt back while it's on our belt, and then it's ready to go. So we'll just clear this one out again. Drop the mag, and that's an on-firing weapon. And then we can grab our thing with the trigger, whack it in, pull it back, and it's good to go. You can also do this with the pistol. So something interesting about the pistol is if we grab it this way, our model goes into this animation, whereas if we grab it this way, we get like a backhanded release. So you got two ways of interacting with your pistol. Then we can drop a mag, and you can see it's pulled back like that. We can then take our mag, chuck it in, and pull the slide back, and it's ready to go on our belt. So all of this, of course, applies to the shotgun as well. So we take our slide, and if we hold our gun with the grip buttons, the gun is rigid. But if you hit the trigger and the grip on your left hand here, it lets you pull your slide back. And we can do that multiple times. You can do it with one hand for like a Terminator reload. That's pretty cool. We can actually push it in like this, and you can take a shell and you can put it in the chamber directly and fire. So we can just clear it out. So we've now emptied it. We can put a shell in there, pull it back, and it'll fire. And of course that's not very useful, but it's a thing that we can do. You can also put shells up on the side rail of the RM870. This is like, I very rarely actually get to use this in a battle, but if we fire, we'll empty this one out actually. Okay, so now it's empty, and then if you can basically stay on your sights. If you're guarding a door or something, you can stay on your sights and load them straight off the rail, which is pretty cool. Oop, don't need that, get out of here. Which is pretty useful. And then we can just flick them in like that. So that's pretty cool. I think these are like the best. These are the best video game shotguns in VR that I've tried. They've got good range. They can headshot from quite a distance. They stop incredibly well close up if you bump into someone, and they're just fun to play with. They do all the things that you want a shotgun to do in a video game. So very interactive and a lot of fun. Yeah, and so like we never mix up picking up a shell with picking up our crowbar because they're on separate fingers. Same thing goes for picking up a shell or picking up a grenade. They're on separate fingers. So shells and grenades can be on top of each other on our belt like this, and we never get it messed up. And we don't need to hold down any other buttons to do anything. We just interact with different fingers on our hands. All right, so we've got our sniper rifle here with the bayonet on the front. If you reach with with two hands, you can't reach that far. But if you reach with one hand, you get a much longer lunge distance. So yeah, use one hand. If you get a headshot with a bayonet, it is a one-hit kill. But usually I take my shot, and if I hit them in the body, I can finish them off with the bayonet. This gun is not a one-hit kill to the chest, but you can actually use the iron sight loop on the front to steer your bullets at low range. If you want to stabilize your sniper rifle, but you do not have a gun stock, a great way of doing it is by pressing the ring of your rear controller into your cheek, like this. I'll try and do it on the left side for you guys, but I'm crossed up, so my controller tracking is not great. And what that does is it removes the vibration, it removes the shake of your backhand, which basically halves the amount of shake that you have when you're using a sniper rifle, because it'll combine the shake of both your hands. That was a big hit. There we go. So yeah, your hand is a lot more stable. I'm actually talking while I'm doing this, which makes it shakier. But it is a lot more stable if you press your rear controller into your face. Just into the bottom of, just into your chin. The side of your chin. I find. I'm trying to shoot left-eyed because the Quest recording comes out of the left eye. And because I'm right-handed, I'm holding, yeah. You could have some tracking issues with the Quest 2. But considering how far away, like how far out of view it is underneath the headset. The tracking is actually pretty good, considering how crossed up I am. If I was shooting on my right eye, which is my normal eye, it is a lot better. There's the headshot. Yeah, this stabilizes your guns a lot. I use no smoothing. I use no aids for fixing my aiming, because it's sort of, adds a bit of a jelly feeling. Oh yeah, one thing to look at as well here is if I've got always run turned on, which is, I think, the only way to play this game. If you hold a gun sideways across your body, you can put it in your line of sight and it does not affect your run speed. But if you hold it vertically like this and you look down, now we're doing a walk instead of a run. So that can, if you're looking around and stuff, if you're looking downstairs and things, it will drag you out of the run. And of course, the more vertical it is, if you hold your gun below your chest level, oops, we're back. If you hold the gun below at your chest level like this, ready to bring it up to sights, and you look down at all, it slows you to a run. Like, look, I'm still walking, and the gun's barely in my vision. It's right at the bottom of the screen. So hold your gun sideways, and it doesn't matter where it is, you will not drop out of run. The garand in this game, with the hybrid scope on it, it's called the power scope, but you get iron sights, in like your entirely intact iron sights, as well as a scope. So yeah, we can line guys up with the sights. That was 2 hits out of 3. First one was a little off because I've just switched. I'm shooting with my left eye. If you hit your radio button while it's on your body, if you hold your radio button down, you will see all of your teammates through the map. So I'm just holding the radio button down and I know where my teammates are. If you hear some enemy footsteps coming up, you hit the button, and if nothing happens, you know it's a bad guy and to get ready. Yeah, so using the irons at mid-range, it's a beast. Yeah, you'll hear like a beep when you're running around and no one will talk. That's just to point out where the teammates are on the map. They're just doing a check. And of course you have proximity chat in this game as well. So if you're yammering to yourself, 3 headshots out of 4 bullets. Yeah, if you're yammering away to yourself, the enemies will hear you. So you got to sort of keep your mouth a little bit closed. If you're close to the end of a clip, because these don't hold very many bullets, the reload is so fast that it's worth clearing your clip to give you a fresh clip. But you know, you've got to conserve ammo as well. But if you think you're going to need all your bullets, oh good, they've all come over to where I am. Right, that should hopefully push them back. And we're going to try and snipe on our left eye. Ooh, one of those guys just wrecked my guy. Let me just try and load it up. Here we go. That's a long headshot. So you don't like, if you can headshot consistently, you don't need to be using a bolt action rifle, because the garand will kill. Especially there isn't different armor classes. You can just get away with the garand. And I'm dry. Oh, he ducked around behind that building. Come on, guys. Defend me. Yeah, it tracks really well. Without having to pull a bolt, it's very good. I'm about to run out of bullets. I'm not going to get this guy. Not way down there. Oh, that was a headshot. Still have one bullet left. Hey. Well, that was that done. I guess I got my pistol now. Then we can do a bit of a run around using the sights. So it's very easy to hip fire this thing as well. And it's sort of worth learning how to fire across your body for when you have to quickly like hit corners. We might be near the end of this clip. Oh, yep, that was it. That was garbage. Let's go, boyo. Oh, got him. If you throw underarm, like grenades or basketballs, it's a lot more accurate. Easier to gauge the power. Ooh, that was so close. A little bit short. And it, yeah, it's a more consistent swing for the accelerometers in the controllers. Oop. Whoa, freaking out. There we go. Whereas overhand swings, especially with grenades, are much worse. Oh, that really bugged out, didn't it? It's got a much shorter throw to calculate from, I think. Whereas you can get quite long shots that are pretty accurate. And basketball is a good way to learn how to throw grenades in this game. Oh, so close. So yeah, underarm grenades are a lot easier to gauge your distance and angle on. It'll feel a lot more realistic for you. There's no more, because if you throw overarm or like sidearm or something, the whipping motion is much smaller, so you end up with like this tight radius, which makes the release point more sensitive. Whereas if you underarm it, like you're doing a big old bucket shot, you can, yeah, it has a much larger arc, and the accelerometers aren't working as hard, and the release point is more generous. So just work on the basketballs underarm, and then you'll be able to throw grenades like a complete champ in this game. So yeah, that's been a quick little look at some of the fun things in Contractors. Hopefully this helps you out online, and I'll be seeing you coming around a corner with a shotgun soon. See ya!